Futures trading is risky and can result in substantial financial loss.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe. Welcome to Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar. Hey, I'm back up. I got knocked down by a 2-year-old, or at least that's what I think it was. My daughter, I take her to the doctor because her eyes are all glassy. She doesn't look right. Seems she has fever. Doctor says, oh, can't do anything about it. It's a virus. You'll just have to let it run its course. I go home. I'm on my bed for 30 hours. So I missed you guys. Sorry about that. But hey, I'm back on my feet. What I really regret is I missed those moves. Wow. What'd you guys do while I was gone? Those markets got knocked down. I laid down. The markets went with me. How'd that happen? Anyway, I'm here to see what I can do about what I missed out on. I never chase anything that I might have been able to do. So it's fresh for me. But hey, let's see what's going to happen here. I had some trades lined up. But you know, we need to talk about a couple of markets. The bonds, oh my goodness, has anybody been watching? They got slammed. We traded like from 108.11 to 106.17, settled about 106.29, and then they opened and they're trading at 106.14 now. They're down another 16 points. And that brings me to what I think is going to happen across the board tomorrow. A lot of markets are going to be knocked down because of forced margin liquidation. And what that is, because I spent many, many years on those lines, as a broker, you have clients that are trading beans, bellies, grains, interest rates, dollars, you name it, they're in it. And there are also a lot of them are in the S&P, or they have stock portfolios. And what happens is after a day like yesterday or 2 days in a row, all the brokers get on the phone and call all their clients and say, hey, I don't know if you realize, but you owe me money for margin. What should I do? Should I get out, or would you like to send more money? And usually the answer is get me out. And the markets all get pulled down. So across the board, you'll likely see markets being pulled down on, unless in one area news comes out for a certain market that takes it higher. But the likelihood is watch out for forced margin liquidation tomorrow. That brings me to something else I've been noticing looking at these charts. Generally, when the U.S. market gets pounded like this, the flight to quality would be bonds. But bonds are being hammered right now. The only flight to quality I see out there tomorrow is U.S. dollars. So if we take another pounding in the stock market tomorrow, take a look at the dollar index. I have a feeling that thing's going to rally because I don't see any other flight to quality out there right now. Again, we would normally jump in U.S. bonds. But let me tell you, and I'm not political about any of this, I am a pure trader, but when things get sticky in the world stock markets, everybody jumps into the greenbacks or the U.S.-backed bonds. So the bonds don't look like a buy right here. I would imagine the flight to quality will be the dollars, so keep an eye out for that. Something a little exciting going on here. I smell webinars. I hope you guys are going to join me. I'm going to check out a webinar room over the weekend. I'm going to see if I like it. If I like even the way it feels to do one. And if so, I'll give you guys a date and I'll start up a webinar room. In that room, we'll do a lot of things that I really can't put out on my Omni because some of it's very fast-paced. Some of it requires more in-depth knowledge of the markets, and I wouldn't want to get anybody caught up in a bad position or in a position that they don't know how to handle. And I get a lot of newcomers that haven't traded before or that maybe have traded stocks only, and they're starting to trade the S&Ps, and especially for them, I don't want to get them caught up in something to discourage them. So I'll be doing a lot of things in the webinar trade-wise that I don't normally give out on my Omnis or on my Omni page or on my Omni emails. There will also be a lot of trading techniques and analysis techniques that we will talk about while we're in there, and we'll see where it goes from there. You know me, I like to play things by ear, and I'll see what you guys like and you guys need, and we'll try to build a nice little webinar room out of it. So stay tuned for that. Again, I'll check out the webinar room over the weekend, and if I like it, I'll see if you guys want to do it. So, next up, Red Omni, Red Omni. Look out for the downside once again. It's Friday. We've been hit pretty hard, but bonds got hit as well, which means interest rates are being jacked up, and it's not ever really too good for the U.S. stock market on the onset. So I would think with Friday coming, the way these markets have been hit, there is no flight to quality in bonds, possibly more downside here. So let's see what happens. Let's go for tomorrow. Friday, 6/8/07. The ESU7 and the SPU7 mini and large rollover has taken place. We are no longer trading June. We are trading September. On the floor, we would say September is now top step. For you, September is now the new market. You will be punching in ESU7 from this day forward, no longer ESM7. So the ESU7 Omni resistance 1515 to 1516. Place your orders on an MIT basis. The market will have to rally about 10 points from where we are now before I'm willing to jump in. Omni turns neutral if we get above 1524. Stops are certainly going to have to be wide. You may want to even put it wider than that on the onset. You know me, I pull my stops when the time is right. And on the onset, though, I want a nice wide stop in there. Let's see what's going to happen. Omni's profit objective for the day would be 1491 versus September. Support should be noticed as we come down around 1497 if we get lucky and all of this works out and we get to sell it and we're right and it does drop. A lot of ifs here, but you know me, it's the way I trade. If we get all of that, 1491 profit objective, 1497 is where we should find some support, some buyers for a short period of time, or be out MOC. So here we go in the NASDAQ, ENU7. NQU7, another red Omni on the downside. Again, we have rolled over from June to Sep. Don't forget, you will now be typing ENU7 if you're going to trade the mini NASDAQ. Omni resistance, 1922 to 1923. If your platforms allow it, place that MIT market if touched. Omni turns neutral if we get above 1935. Omni's profit objective on the downside is a nice 1880 to 1877 area. Nice trade if we can get that. Support will be expected around 1894. Make sure that you're out MOC no matter what happens. It is a Friday after a rock and roll week. I do not want to take anything over the weekend. I hope we get a little more follow through on the downside here. Generally, as I showed you in an illustration in the S&P just the other day, that if we make a new high and we don't get follow through, we start to get a couple of down days. This has been 3 big ones, 2 really big ones. As you know, I said my work tells me we're going down. So I kind of expected something on the downside. Did I expect that? No, because I would have stayed up fever or not for that one. However, we got it. We got more than 2 days down. That tells me pay attention to the downside still. It's not just one of those new high, knee-jerk reaction down and back up out of the hole again. Looks like we may be in for a little more rocky road here. I am certainly not saying the market's turned bearish, but hey, it looks like it wants to shake out some weak hands, and I play it. I'm a short-term trader. I'll play the upside. I'll play the downside. Does not matter to me, and you guys know it doesn't matter to you, and mainly because we trade with stops, so we never get knocked out of the box too badly. In fact, if you took my trades this week, we're up money overall. We had one stop out there where I pulled stops and I think the beginning of the week we took a little profit or maybe a break even or a tiny loss. The next day we had some gold trades which made up for anything else that we did, plus about 175. And then we had a stop. We made 10.5 points. Then we had to stop out. Let's see what happens here. So we're still up on the week. If we catch this one, wow, it'll have been a nice week. So, a couple of things. As always, I tell you, if you want to get my YouTube videos, go to www.youtube.com/futures analysts. Right there, you hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my videos. YouTube sends them to you or an email to you the moment we get them posted. We actually get them out much faster if you go to my website. It's www.livewithoscar.com. There you get the Omni trades, you get the flash updates as they're typed and sent right to the Omni page. They scroll across the top. There are some charts for you to look at. There's a chat room there. There are forums, and I love for you guys to go to the forums. You guys leave questions. Whenever I have time, I go there and I try to answer as many as I can, which I will be doing this evening. So please come to the forums. And hey, I have to say thank you so much to all you guys out there. We have such a nice, large audience that's growing. We have a lot of guys coming to our site every day. Our membership's growing every day. The forums are great. The letters, I mean, you guys, it seems like you're really good people, genuine good people who are trying hard to trade better and make money, whether it's for a living or to supplement your income. But you guys are doing really great. You guys, you women, everybody who comes to me, even you college kids, man, bravo to you guys too. Learn it while you're young. But keep on coming, guys. You see, we have not given a price tag to anything that we do here. It is an OMNI Trading Academy. We are here to help you guys bridge the gap. I've said this so many times. It was so much easier when you could call the trading floor and you can get a professional on the phone and he would tell you about the particular market that you were calling for that he stands in all day long. But those days are now really disappearing. There are a few markets left where there are guys who stand down there and trade, and even less clerks that know what's going on who answer the phones, because those jobs are just disappearing. It's become electronic. And I'm here to help you bridge that gap between the days when you call the floors and today when you have to sit in your house and type the orders in yourself. You have to make sure you get it right. It's very intimidating sometimes. Errors can happen so easily. You have to have good management. You have to have good stop technique. You have to have good order placing mechanics. You need to watch everything. And you need to place your stops first. You hear this from every video, or at least as often as I can remember to tell you. If you're going to place an order to get yourself long, put your sell stop for protection in first, then place your buy order. Conversely, if you're going to get yourself short, get your buy stop in first, then place your sell order. It will save you if something really bad happens and the markets take off while you're in the middle of placing orders. At worst, you get knocked out. At best, you end up short a market that you were hoping to get long, but a disaster happened before you had your buy order written and your sell stop got hit and you got short. These things can happen. So keep that in mind. Get your stops in first. Always, always, always do your homework. At all times, make sure that your work convinces you that you've found a picture that looks right. Then compare it to my work. And if your work and my work look the same, take the trades. Don't just take my word for granted. Nobody knows where these markets are going better than the next guy. My OMNI seems to be able to smell it well, but hey, nobody really knows where we're going next. If I knew for sure where we were going next tomorrow, I'd have one trade left in my bag of tricks, and I'd never have to trade again. So the best we can do is get an educated guess off of the fundamental news and our technical analysis, and that's what I go on every day. So do your homework. You can send me emails if you'd like at oscar@futuresanalysts.com, and always call me anytime, 718-351-2266. Please don't forget the flash updates. You have to get yourself on the flash updates database if you want to know what I'm doing with these trades after I put them on tomorrow. To do that, simply go to www.livewithoscar.com, fill out a free registration form, and you will be on the flash updates database. Ladies and gentlemen, good luck trading tomorrow. I hope we knock them clean. Put your stops in, put them in first, and don't forget, say this every day. It will help you with your trading. It will help you with your confidence. And say it at all times. It really, really does help. It really works. And that is, stops are in, emotions are out.
Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided. That being said, I am a 24-year seasoned trader on and off the floors. This is how I've made my living for many, many years. Good luck trading.